I'm David Jones, and this is the Late Night with David Jones. Today we're going to be talking about the Arrowverse episode 6 from Supergirl, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Arrow. I have a special guest with me, Carl Wise.
How you doing, everybody?
And we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and maybe some Easter eggs we got along the way. First up is Supergirl, which is the title Midvale. And the synopsis is Kara and Alex head home to Midvale for a little R&R. While there, Kara recalls a painful memory of a childhood friend's death and how the traumatic experience brought the Danvers sisters closer together. Carl, let's talk about some negatives of this episode.
You know, I like this one. I honestly thoroughly enjoy this one.
For how much I have ranted about Supergirl this season, this is the first episode I thoroughly enjoyed. Do you have any negatives to the episode?
Honestly, the cliche, the kind of deal towards the end of finding out who actually did it.
Yeah.
But there was a little plot twist, but again, it was kind of you could obviously kind of see it happening, see who actually did it. But other than that, I really did like this episode,
I think one of my only negatives of this episode is we didn't get more of the mother.
True.
I love their mother. The actress does a great job. I really kind of wish the mother was more in the episode. But we got her in the right moments with the right timing of each character for Kara and Alex.
Yeah. Also, I would want to bring up John. Like, out of all the things he did, I don't know why he became an FBI agent that looks like her mother.
I think it was...
I guess, I
think because the only person that Kara would listen to at that point would have been her mother.
So she gets somebody to look like... Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But the moment I saw the actress, I was like... Is her mother dead?
Wait, what?
It completely blindsided me until I saw the back of his car.
Yeah, that was like, when I saw the car, I was like, John?
Which makes me think the mother knew about John and his powers way before introduction of Martian Manhunter in the show.
Right.
Which I'm cool with. Got more of Martian Manhunter. Always love. I will say this. The whole finding out that and there will be spoilers for each of the shows this week. So please be aware of that. But finding out that the police officer was the killer, I thought was kind of weak. Because it was kind of expected.
Yeah.
At least for me, like the moment I saw the cop, the officer, and he was like kind of like trying to get Kara away from everything, I was like, he did it. I kind of wish it was his father, because like his father was kind of acting a little bit weird,
right?
And again, that could be the fact he lost his son and everything was being brought up. I was kind of hoping it was his father. But other than that, I enjoyed it. I even enjoyed the ending scene of the little musical, like, singing along thing.
I was going to bring that one up, too. It's like, here's another musical David's going to rant about.
No, like, and the reason why, because it wasn't one of those musical montages. It's something I believe anyone who goes on a road trip does at some point. They turn the radio on, turn Pandora or whatever on, and they will sing along to it. Just like that. Because I know for sure, I have my friends, at some point in time, if the song comes on, we stop whatever we're doing and sing along to it.
Yep, that's not me anytime, honestly.
So, like, I was fine with it. And it's something I think it's like kind of like the bonding they needed.
Rebonding.
Because, like, in this entire episode, Alex was kind of being an asshole.
Was Kara any better throughout this entire season?
I'm not saying it was
not understandable, but
Yeah, but it was like, come on, like Kara's trying to help you. She thought getting you away would be nice.
Honestly, that's what they've even brought up because in that I remember this scene because as Kara was trying to cheer up Alex like, you don't get to do this. I've been trying to cheer you up, and you're trying to cheer me up, and you have and you're, you know, sending me away. You don't get to do this because
Granted, she was drunk. Alex was drunk, so a lot of the stuff she was probably building up throughout the season kind of came all at once in the wrong way.
yeah, sometimes alcohol can.
I'm not saying that's an excuse or anything. It's just what most people say. The truth comes out when you're either drunk or it's 2 a.m. The truth will come out one way or another. And Kara kind of deserved it.
She really did.
But in Kara's defense, Alex didn't have to get in the car and drive with her. Alex could be like, "No, I'm not going. I'm staying here."
Well,
she went.
She went because she didn't want to be alone in an empty apartment.
Well, no, because she had that line where she was like, "I didn't ask to come here. I didn't like."
Oh, true.
So it's like you didn't ask, but you kind of went. But other than the cliche killer, I really enjoyed the whole Kara and Kenny relationship. Kind of wish we got a little extra of that line of "You killed Kenny" as a South Park reference.
Nah, they can't do that. They're not going to. South Park might be crazy enough to sue.
I don't think they would.
You're probably right. They'll probably end up putting them in an episode or something.
Like I don't think Matt Stone and Trey Parker are the type to like they use our content we're suing. They would use their TV show as like something to make fun of that. Like I don't know, have Stan and Kyle watch a TV show or Supergirl, and it's like, hey, they used our line, something like that. Like,
oh, they used our line, you bastards.
or they stole our line, But other than that, like everything was cool. I liked how we kind of came full circle using the telescope. The parents of Kenny kind of were pointless in this episode.
Yeah, I think that was only to, kind of hint for the cop, really.
And I agree.
I mean, they only gave the subtle hint that the telescope was missing, which kind of gave Kara the mean to go look for it.
But it's like if you have an episode focused on a kid's death, you should probably make that kid's parent somewhat more relevant, in my opinion. I did like how like I don't know if I liked this or dislike it, but like how Alex was like mean towards Kenny in public, but in reality, Kenny was actually helping her study and everything.
Yeah, that just goes to show you, hierarchy in high school. Because Alex was struggling in math?
It was math or science.
Math or science, one of the two. And Kenny was tutoring her, but she has friends, and she's at the cool table, and Kenny is not. So
which
she tried to keep her social status.
I feel like that is just a TV thing, because I've never seen that stuff like that happen in an actual high school.
Yeah.
Like, of the 4 years of high school, I've never seen the whole, we're the popular people, so you can't sit with us. Unless I was somehow in that one mid, like, area of, like...
We also got to think, that was in the 80s. Different time period.
Was that the 80s? I thought it was... Okay.
Late 80s, early 90s.
I guess that's true. I can't speak for the time period.
that was a whole different time period. We can't really understand that part.
So, do you have anything else to make a comment on?
What else did I enjoy about this? Again, I kind of enjoyed to see how Alex and Kara bonded. Because honestly, at first, they hated each other. They didn't like each other.
You really saw how Alex was kind of like annoyed about Kara being
there, and how Kara didn't fit in or feel like she belonged.
well that, and I was like how like Kara was like the alien, and like they had to like do like change everything around in their family to compensate her. Yeah. Because like when we first introduced them, they're lovey-dovey, like they're best sisters and everything. So like it's nice to see that they weren't always that perfect.
Yeah.
What would you rate this episode out of 10?
I'll give it an 8.
8? That's probably I'll probably give it an 8 too.
Yeah. Again, I enjoyed it.
The positives outweigh the negatives, in my opinion.
Yeah. I like the I like the backstory. You don't get those too often, like especially a young backstory. Like
it felt very Smallville-esque, in my opinion.
Oh, speaking of Smallville, we got the best thing of all.
Oh my God, yes!
We got the best thing of all from Smallville.
Okay, so I was in my cubicle, and I don't know why I slept out, forgot about this. So I'm in my cubicle watching this episode, right? And the moment Carl was like, Clark has a friend named Chloe, I stopped whatever I was doing. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, she even has her own wall of weird. I was like, what? And I legitimately flipped out and knocked my chair over. For y'all, those of you who don't know, Chloe was a Easter egg, name dropped at least, for Smallville, who, in Smallville, Clark had his own, Felicity of the Arrowverse. They all like was kind of like combined together.
Yeah, she was good at computers. She was good at information. She was just
the reporter of everything.
Yep.
Chloe Sullivan, and that was pretty much she was the Watchtower. She's the Overwatch, or she was codenamed Watchtower in Smallville. And the moment she said that, I was like, yes, because months ago they announced that there was going to be a new character in the Arrowverse that wasn't from the comics or like original to Arrowverse. And the first thing I thought of was Chloe, because that's kind of the only character that was created in Smallville and never made it into the comics or anything. So this confirmed that, and I'm really hoping we get a Chloe Sullivan.
And Supergirl, I would be ecstatic because I love Chloe in Smallville.
She was great. I don't think we'll get the actress back from Smallville unless they do some kind of like multiverse thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll get the actress back, which I wish we would get some kind of like nod, like have the actress come in, play a different character, like the person who plays Lois Lane did, and she's now playing Kara's mother. But other than that, like that made the episode for me. That was like right there, the moment they announced Chloe, I was like, I like this episode. But yeah, I don't know why I did not bring that up in the beginning of that. I apologize. What do you think of Chloe?
Oh, like I said, Chloe was one of my favorite characters in Smallville. She was always so happy and cheerful, and kind of crazy.
Kind of.
Okay, really crazy.
She was the Lois Lane of that universe before Lois Lane came into the picture.
Yep.
Which I mean, I guess makes sense because Lois Lane is her cousin in Smallville, so maybe we'll also get a Lois Lane.
Maybe.
I mean, she's been name dropped a couple times back in season 1 because we got her sister. But any other comments?
Oh no, that's about it.
Gonna move on to Flash then, which is titled "When Harry Met Harry," and the synopsis for this is when collectors of Native American artifacts are attacked by a meta named Mina Chaitin, who can bring inanimate objects to life, Barry turns to a surprising ally for help. Determined to crack the identity of the Thinker, Harry enlists Cisco's help to summon the ultimate think tank.
The Council of Wells. My God.
Is that a positive or negative for you?
What the hell are they doing with the Council of Wells? I understood. I don't even understood any of them.
From what I got, they were 3 Harrison Wells, and they were completely different. They were Harrison Wells that kind of like each Wells had a specific attribute that kind of combined all into Harry from Earth 2.
Yeah, we got the narcissistic Harrison Wells. We got the Playboy Harrison Wells, and then the cyborg Doomsday Apocalypse Wells.
Cyborg Wells is my favorite. I thought the Council of Wells was a nice touch. I kind of hope we see more Harrison Wells.
Oh, I do too. They were actually pretty funny.
Like outside of the ones we've seen already, except Mind Wells. I do not want to see Mind Wells at all. Mimes creep me out. But yeah, like it was nice to see the Council of Wells kind of throughout the episode.
You know, to see that they actually are pretty smart. Like I honestly thought they were just a bunch of bickering Wells is bickering at each other.
But I think my favorite thing about the Council of Wells is the fact that when Harry's like, I'll ask my friends for help, and everyone's like,
you have friends?
What? And his sister's like, all your friends are in this room. He's like, you told me to go out and get friends. I'm going out and get friends. He's like, you gave me a task. I complete task. And sister's like, aw, you listen to me. I love the interaction between Earth 2 Wells and Cisco, the best out of everything. And they did their job.
Yeah.
They figure out who the Thinker was, which we'll get to later on this episode. What did you think of the meta this episode?
What was her? Bison?
The Black Bison, I believe, is what her name is.
Black Bison.
Human name is Mina Chaitin.
I like her. As her abilities goes, I like her. But again, at that point, she was using her powers kind of for good, but in the wrong ways.
She was doing good things in the wrong way.
Yeah. And the real thing was, you know, she didn't care about anybody's well-being or endanger. She was willing to kill people. She actually did kill people.
Did she kill like 2 people?
Yeah, she actually did kill over a historical artifact of her people.
Which I don't know about killing people or whatever, but I understand wanting to get them back.
There is a better way to do things now. But other than that, again, we see what just again yet another meta who's using their abilities for their own selfish reasons at this point. Yeah, I understand what her goals are for.
Yeah.
But again, execution-wise, did not go as planned. Speaking of which, this is the episode that and then again, because speaking of which, you will go on to what's his name? Plastic Man. Plastic Man. We're just gonna call him Plastic Man.
No.
Okay. Well, Plastic Man.
Because he only got that one name.
We only got
in that one episode, and every other time they've been calling him Ralph Dibny. Or Ralph. So I'm going to just continue calling him Ralph.
Alright, well, again, we got another situation where Ralph wasn't really thinking. And he uses his powers. As he thinks he's using it for, reasons as a cop. He wants to get the bad guy, and that's all that matters. That's number one for him, just to get the bad guy.
He didn't care about the casualties.
Yeah,
outside of
right, which you'll see when they encounter Black Bison. He stops the car, but in doing so, a power line is like getting ready to fall. Flash was like, "Save the people." He's like, "Nope, I got the car."
Because Flash was out of commission. I can't remember why he was out of commission. But something happened where he couldn't move. I think he was stabbed. Um, but yeah, that scene where like Ralph kind of went for the car instead of the kid made me like Ralph a little bit more. By what he does at the end of the episode.
Oh, I'm about to say, wait, you heartless. You wanted him, but you didn't care about the kid, man?
Well, no, because like at first you're like, okay, well, you knew something was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't focusing on anything but.
Yeah.
I honestly thought Flash was going to be able to run in there and save the kid at the last second.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case. Still kind of. I don't know if that kid should have survived or there should have been more damage to the kid.
It's fine. If Ruby could survive, that kid can survive.
But the fact that Ralph was like, I know I screwed up.
Yeah.
Like, don't have to keep, getting back at me. And then
yeah, when Flash confronted him after that, he's like, I know I screwed up. You don't have to say anything. Just
But yeah, and then like he went and visited the kid.
Yeah.
And he was like having like balloon animals and everything. It made me like Ralph.
It did. He did mess up. He saw the error in his ways. Like, he sees that, I realized what he was talking about. Like, we have to protect the people who can't protect themselves.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if the bad guy gets away. We must save everybody we can so that bad guy doesn't hurt who's there in the vicinity right then. We'll catch him later. But for now, we have to save who we can and everybody we can.
Yeah.
And, that's something he realized, and I'm glad he realized that. Because he, sacrificed himself to the T-Rex.
Can't forget T-Rex.
Sacrificed himself to the T-Rex to help the security guard.
Yeah, it was nice. We really kind of saw Ralph use his powers a lot differently in this episode, which I enjoyed. But while we're talking about Ralph, I want to talk about that opening scene where Barry and Ralph get coffee, and Ralph's like, they're like talking. The guy goes to rob him, and they're like, "Oh, this is great. 1 second," and they like start side conversation.
Hero 101 was robbers,
and the fact that the guy was like, "I'm still robbing you over here." He's like, one sec, and like, he was like, "Dude, I'm a cop. He's not gonna shoot us. Like, he's not a shooter." As he shoots them, and then I guess it's considered Ralph shooting him. Where it kind of just reflected off of Ralph back at him. I don't know why Ralph's getting blamed for shooting him.
I don't know. That was just funny. He's like, he shot me. He's like, I didn't do that. I didn't do that on purpose. It was just a natural
he
reaction.
Shot the gun. It went back at him. That's all him.
That was just a natural reaction.
And then he shoots again, which, in my opinion, if I was a robber and shot someone and the bullet kind of went into someone and back at me, I wouldn't shoot again. But then Barry's like, I'm taking him to the hospital now, and kind of like runs off with him. Kind of explains how everyone knows Barry's the Flash.
Yeah, because he kind of just does that in public, like not a chance. I know Barry's not a famous icon like Oliver Queen, but still, if you get a good look at his face, you can profile him easily.
Yeah, it's like that guy's the Flash. And it's like,
that looks like Barry Allen. Hey, Barry Allen, come here.
It's like, Barry, here's a sketch someone gave to us of being the Flash. And Barry's like,
that doesn't look like me.
Talk about.
You know what?
His nose is too big.
You know what he would do? He would Flash change it up a little bit, and it's like, that doesn't look anything like me.
Which I guess now he could do that and not get caught because he's faster than what he was in the crossover with the Hawks, where he couldn't hide a simple piece of paper. Besides that, I mean, some of my negatives, we didn't get really much of a backstory on the villain.
No.
We just kind of got
her motives.
Yeah, and it's like, I kind of want some kind of backstory on the villain.
Yeah.
We've gotten that with each other meta that's came across except the crying one.
Weeper.
Yeah, thank you.
I just can't remember because it's like Reaper, but it's Weeper.
We haven't got much backstory on him yet.
All we know is he was crying on the bus. when the bus meta bus.
Which I do like how we're getting Ralph's like little like thumb like scenes because that's what I know that's what the character does in the comics, or at least either the elongated man or Plastic Man does, one of the two. Which we haven't got confirmation of which one he will be. But I mean, not much backstory on the villain. Not really much to go on for the future of this, except for the Council Wells task, which even then is like
it took them a while to get to work together.
Yeah, it took them a while, which I wasn't a big fan of the bickering all the time.
I'm sorry, if you had to deal with Harrison Wells yourself, how well do you think you can deal with more than one Harrison Wells?
I would have came back the second time. I'm sure there's another Wells you can replace one of the Wells with.
Well, apparently those were the best of the best at the moment in time.
Come on. I don't believe that. I think Earth 50, whatever Earth Supergirl's on, would be nice to have a Harrison Wells come from. Which I don't know if there is a Harrison Wells on the Earth.
I don't either. If he is, he's probably very low key.
Well, because when Barry first went over to Supergirl, he kind of tests everyone's names, and he couldn't find anyone. I don't know if that's because they're more kind of like soft, like in hidden kind of people, or maybe they're like the JSA on that Earth.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they're I guess it's more parallel instead of perpendicular, or wait, perpendicular instead of parallel.
Intersecting.
Yeah.
Okay.
They intersect more than they are similar.
So, but I mean, this episode was alright. I mean, it was alright. I mean, I still had some laughs in it and everything, but it wasn't the best of episodes this season.
Yeah, again, it just seemed to be introducing another meta bus.
Bus meta, yeah. But yeah, I mean, besides Cisco's interaction and everything, it was an alright episode, which is why I think I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm getting like a 7, only because I'm starting to like Ralph a lot
more. I knew at one point you would start saying that. Thankfully. But yeah, like hopefully Ralph is in the next couple episodes. Hopefully. You want to move on to Legends?
Yes, sir.
Let's move on to Legends of Tomorrow, which is titled Helen Hunt.
It's one of I enjoyed this one a little
bit. When the Legends track down an anachronism in the 1930s Hollywood, they discover it's none other than the time-displaced Helen of Troy, and she has just started a war between two film studios. Don't know that's that hard. As the Legends try to fix history, things get complicated when they are blindsided by the appearance of a former enemy. Meanwhile, Stein and Jax find themselves in an unusual predicament. Some of the negatives this time, Carl. What are some of your negatives?
Honestly, it was. I enjoyed this. I don't know if I have too much to say on it. I gotta think about it really, but I honestly enjoyed this episode.
Some of the negatives I have is that cliche of what happened with Jackson Stein, of the fact that it's like, all right, we have a solution to fix us, and they go to fix it, and then they like switch bodies.
That was the best part, though.
I enjoyed them switching bodies. I just didn't enjoy the fact that it was like, kind of it was like I saw it coming the moment like Ray was, I have a solution, and they're like, kind of hooking everyone up. I was like, they're gonna switch bodies.
That was the best part, though. I guess you don't like cliches, but
I do like cliches sometimes, but like, I don't know, like, body switching, like.
Oh, come on, we haven't seen it since Freaky Friday.
Okay, maybe I've seen it more than you have, because I've seen a lot more television and all that jazz.
All right, well, fair point.
But I did enjoy the fact Martin being in Jax's body, Because we didn't get much of Jax and Martin's body really, except for I have to use the restroom and all that stuff. We got Jax kind of acting like Martin Stein, which bravo on the actor. I thought he did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
And Martin Stein, Victor Garber being Jax, that was pretty good. So bravo to both of them.
When you work with somebody long enough, you can just play them really well.
But yeah, like seeing Martin being able to do more of the workload on the team, because he's younger, he can actually do stuff. I thought was nice. But other than that cliche and everything, a negative for me is Damien Dark. I did not enjoy him in this episode.
Why is that?
He didn't do much. He's not this like back in Arrow he was this menacing foe. Now it just seems like he's more of a comedic foe.
Honestly, I see what you're saying, but that time, Dark realized at that point Dark was believed himself to be invincible, believed himself to be a god, believed himself to be unstoppable. He's died. He knows he can die now. So I think he's trying to calm himself down now, because that's exactly what his proposition was. He's like, I don't want to fight right now. There's really no reason. I'm pretty sure Damien Dark, he can still hold his own, but was that same episode? Or oh yeah, when no, okay, that's later on in the episode, sorry. But he realizes he can die or
he can die in,
because he was forced to retreat when he was brought back.
Yeah.
So he knows that they have some powers. He knows that they are able to, be at least equal with them, or hand and foot. So
in Legends Season 2, I think he kind of underestimated them.
Yeah.
This time he knows what they can do. He's like, I'm not gonna
really try to push everything on them. So he's like, I'll make you this deal. Leave now. Nobody dies.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all he wanted to do. He's just leave now and nobody dies. But again, if he has to fight, he's still gonna flex his powers.
Which is what that was one thing I did like, how like Sarah's like, I want about dual you League of Assassin style.
Yeah. 2
swords, one for each, no powers, just fight. And Damien Dark's like, cool, let's do it. No powers, 1-on-1. Should have known he was like, I got, I said I was going to use powers. I didn't say anything about my team.
His daughter. That was a drop right there. His daughter.
So yeah, when a kid sees his parent die once, they don't want to see it again.
I was like, daughter? He had a daughter this whole time? What?
He had a daughter back in Arrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they show her?
Yeah, she was younger.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he had a daughter and everything.
Oh, I remember now. Oh, I totally forgot about her. She grew up. Okay.
I don't know where she got her powers from.
I mean,
because she has some kind of totem-ish-esque weapon, item, magical creature thingamajig.
Dark had a totem too. He probably easily could have found another one.
I don't understand where Dark is getting his powers from.
He probably has another totem. His daughter, his daughter's probably was learned in the ways and taught. Same thing, probably has a totem hitting around, for Dark when he came back. And they didn't show it this time because he's like, they don't want you to see his totem and, break it again.
Because we do have a Vixen on the team.
Yeah, so that's probably, we'll chalk it up to they have their own totems again.
I guess I will accept that. I want to see them totem at some point to confirm that.
Yeah.
Because if it's just him doing magical powers, it's going to annoy me the rest of the season.
Understandable.
But I enjoyed Helena.
I did too. She was such Helen.
Okay, Helen.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. It seems more like a Helena type of name she should have.
No, it's
But
Helen.
Helen of Troy sounds. It was nice. Like she did the job. We got this nice little war between film studios.
Yeah. See, I enjoy this one a little bit because I'm kind of a older movie fan.
Mhm.
I love older movies. They're really entertaining. So to see it, just kind of to see the set and how Helen, portrayed Helen.
I loved how like they're like, "Where's our actress at?" And it's like, "Oh, she's still in the dressing room getting ready." And it's like looks over and sees Helen's like, "Yeah, forget her. She's the new star." It's like
Again, but that kind of goes back to Greek mythology right there, which I kind of thought was nice because they, at the end we'll talk about that later.
We'll get to that later.
But I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, Helen was cursed by the gods.
I don't know much about the Helen mythos.
I can't remember exactly what happened, but I believe she was cursed by the gods to have men fight over her or something like that because of her beauty.
Yeah, no, she does. That's definitely men will fight over her because of how beautiful she is. I don't know who cursed her or all that jazz.
It's honestly between Aphrodite and what's Zeus's wife's names? Not Athena. Helen.
No, is it Athena?
No, Athena's somebody. I think.
It seems like something Zeus would do. To be honest with you.
No, Zeus is not petty against women. He doesn't like other men. He Zeus is not like that. It is either Aphrodite or
but yeah, there's Hera.
Hera.
Okay.
It's either Hera or Aphrodite. Most likely Hera.
As a quick search on Google, what was the second name you said?
Aphrodite.
Aphrodite's not on this list. I have Hera, Metis, Dione, or Down, Maya, or Maya.
Did you look up Zeus's wives?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't mean... Aphrodite isn't his wife, it's his daughter.
Ah.
But it was either... That's what I mean. It was either Aphrodite or his wife, Helen. Or Hera, sorry. One of those two, because Hera is a very vain, spiteful person when it comes to things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And as Aphrodite is known by her beauty, if she finds anybody, a threat to be more beautiful than her, she doesn't like that either. But you can't really quote me. It's been a while since I brushed up on my Greek mythology.
From, again, a quick search on Google and Wikipedia, I don't think she was cursed. It's not bringing curse into this at all. It's just she was the daughter of Zeus and Leda, sister of Clytemnestra, Castor, and Pollux. She was considered the most beautiful woman in the world. Yeah, I'm not bringing that up at all. But, other than that...
Okay, then it was definitely a curse, because...
It could have been, again, quick searches.
And that one was probably most likely Hera. Honestly, because she hates it when Zeus sleeps with other women.
Yeah.
She hates it.
But yeah, Helen of Troy did a great job. I thought all the actors, for the most part, did jobs good.
Portraying their time period.
Yeah, I liked how there was a kind of war between the two film studios. Kind of seemed more like a mobster kind of like film studio than an actual studio.
Yeah, that's how it was back in the day, man.
Which I'm fine with. I thought it was cool. I liked how the girls kind of led the charge, because like every time the men would be by, they would fight with each other, which we got that nice fight between Nate, Roy, and Ray. So the girls came in and it was like, we got this.
Honestly, speaking of which, this body switch, I honestly thought Stein and Jackson's body was going to get some.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly thought that...
well, even Jackson Martin Stein's body said, dude, go for it.
Yeah. He's like, go for it.
It's like, yeah, she's my hall pass. And it's like, Go for it.
That's your hall pass. Go for it.
But
you have that memory, but you didn't personally do it. But
I'm sure you're wrong though. At the end of the episode, when
oh yeah,
she's like, "I liked older men," and then kiss Martin, I was like,
he could get it. He could get it either way.
"Whoa!" Martin Steigen still pick up chicks. Bravo.
I'll be like, I'll probably brag to my wife about that one. And
so we're time traveling, right? Yeah, that would be a great story to tell the family. Except the daughter. Don't tell the daughter.
Yeah, no.
We don't need another incident of like another anachronism of Martin having another kid.
Wear rubber.
Or being his own grandfather.
But again, I thought that was I did like the body switch. It was hilarious. It was funny.
I just the body switch itself I wasn't a fan of, but everything they did while body switch I was a fan of. Do you have any other comments you have before we get into the kind of the credit scene?
Well, let's drop it on them.
So, I love how not Helen, the Zari, thank you. I don't want to say her actual hero name, but I love how Zari was like, I'm gonna do some research here real quick, and then she finds out Helen Troy will cause nothing with the war. Her being there or not being there, everything happens the same. So she's like, I found a little loophole. I'm gonna place you into the same time period, same time, just in a different location. I was expecting like maybe some other area, and then all you see is the time ship fly to an island, which looked like in the movie.
Okay, you know what got me when she said there's nothing on this island but other women. I was like, they can't be doing this. They're not doing this. And honestly, they go back. It's like, oh my god, they actually did it. And then when they actually said the name, Themyscira, I was like, no.
We didn't see any Amazons, which I'm fine with.
I'm okay with that.
But going to the island, it looked like it did in Wonder Woman.
It did.
Like, I don't know if they took the same scenery shot from Wonder Woman. It's like, can we borrow this? It's like, go ahead and do it, and just kind of throw it into it. However, I was like, we get Themyscira. Confirmation. Amazons exist in this world. I don't know where, but they exist.
They are there.
So yeah, I freaked out. It was one of the things I freaked out about, and my God, holy crap! What would you rate Legends of Tomorrow?
I would give it an 8.
An 8? I think I'm gonna go 8.5. I other than the body switching and Damien Dark and everything, I really enjoyed this episode. That Easter egg though of Themyscira bumped that 0.5 up.
That's what the 0.5 is.
Because they're doing a lot this season with the shows that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah,
we got Bruce Wayne name dropped. We got Themyscira. We got Plastic Man, which again should be Elongated Man. And we're getting this more like Easter eggs, and like it's getting to the point where they're like, do whatever you want in the show, like,
yeah.
But we're gonna move on to Arrow. I didn't get the title for some reason, but pretty much,
what's the title?
I'm looking. I don't have the title. I didn't get the title down for some reason.
Oh well, go for it. I'll look it up.
But for this Arrow episode, we got as Slade guest star Manu Bennett continues to uncover clues about his son's last few years. Oliver makes a big decision. Meanwhile, the Green Arrow leads the team into the battle against the Dragon, a villain who is stealing valuable tech in Star City. And we have the title of the episode is Promises Kept. Promises Kept is the title of Arrow episode 6 in season 6. Freaking Slade. At this point in time, I thought Slade was going to turn on Oliver.
We all thought that. We can't help but think that.
But do you have negatives on this episode?
No.
I don't know if I have a like I enjoyed Slade's son. I enjoyed everything. Like everything about it was great. The end of the episode was one of the. It was probably I think midway through the episode or in the episode that I'll get to a little bit later after we talk about Slade and his son.
So I'll start this off. You know, we got backstory on Slade, which we don't really get often. You know, Slade says one thing, but you don't always know if that's the case. Because what we thought was Slade haven't seen his son since he was a kid.
Yeah,
but it turns out he saw his son. What was it?
5 years ago when after the island. After the island. Yeah, because after Oliver took his eye. Yeah. Which I believe was technically 4 years ago, because that was the end of season 2.
Yeah. 4 or 5, yeah. After
he loses his eye, he sees his son again.
He sees his son, and, he bonds with him again.
Just some training. We find out that's where he gets his suit from.
Yeah, what's that facility they were training at, which I think his son became... started working in the same field, the same agency as he did. Yeah. But, again, you see some backstory between Slade and, his son.
Which is it's my favorite episodes of the Arrowverse, is when they do backstory episodes involving a side character. Yeah. So I definitely really enjoyed that.
Especially Slade, because we all love Slade.
Yeah, Slade's probably top 2 villains of the Arrowverse. Right, it's a tie. It's close with Malcolm Merlin and Slade. But yeah, Slade's definitely one of the better villains. It's nice to see him be the mercenary he is, not just a complete villain against Oliver. Because in reality, Slade's just in it for the money.
Yeah, that's all.
And villains pay more than heroes. Therefore, Slade does more villainous things. Yep. And he just hates, Oliver.
Yeah, or I would have comics. A vendetta against somebody who takes my eye too, but...
In all of his defense, it was in self-defense.
It's not the point. You still took my eye.
Yeah, he took his eye, but it was in self-defense.
Still, you took my eye. Gotta wear an eye patch for the rest of my life,
man. My sight deposition is off, which I don't think that's the word for it, but whatever.
Depth perception.
Thank you. I don't know about vision and all that. I haven't been to eye doctor in God knows how long. But yeah, like, other than that, like, it was nice to see Oliver in the field. He wasn't using bow; he was using a gun. That scene where they have Oliver tied up and Slade's like talking about him taking his eye. It's like, I want to get my revenge. I honestly thought that was the moment where Slade stabs Oliver in the leg.
I thought so too. And, literally...
Or take his arm or his hand or something.
Even Slade's like, if you didn't mentor your son, I was actually going to kill you. Like, you may help me get my son, but I only wanted my son. And after anything else, nothing was going to stop me from being with my son.
And then we get that scene where, like, Slade walks behind Oliver with a sword, and, like, he's like, about to, like, stab Oliver in the back. Yeah. Literally. He just, like, breaks the chain, and then they start fighting against Slade's son and everything. Great fight scene. It was a great fight scene. Obviously, his son gets away. Yeah. So we'll get more of that. And we get that mention. He has 2 sons. Yep. So at some point, we're going to get a... his son now is Joe, right?
Yeah. Or Kane.
Is it Kane now?
Yeah, it's Kane.
That's not what I'm looking for. Continue talking while I'm...
Yeah, so we get his son Kane and his other son, was it Daniel? I think it might have been Daniel.
I'm looking the other son's name up because I don't want to
confuse anybody.
Confuse.
Unfortunately, you just have to terrible host who can't remember people's names and
Okay,
anything like that.
I know a lot of DC character names, and I'm sorry that I don't know much of a Deathstroke's backstory.
I was talking about both of us. You didn't have to get so defensive.
But
again, they had the fight scene. That's the part that I really enjoyed. It's literally Oliver's like, that was too convincing. Like, I felt like you were gonna stab me. Like, I was like, oh, Slade actually is about to stab me. It's like, I'm convinced. I thought he was gonna act about this, but nope, he had me convinced.
Yeah, I mean, Slade does a good job, and
he wasn't even acting. Slade was actually going to do it.
Oh, yeah,
That's just it. He's like, I actually was going to kill you, but you helped me find my son, and I can't take you away from your son because this is all. We're just two dads trying to reconnect with their kids, and we would do anything for them. So if I had to pull him from whatever stupid crap he's doing, then I'll do it.
Yeah, it was definitely I really hope we do get more Slade Wilson in this season. And I do hope his son takes up the name Jericho. Whether it... Okay, so his son now is Joseph, correct?
That was his original name,
but
Joseph, but it changed to Kane.
I was in my head. I had it correct. It's his other son is named Grant Wilson.
Grant, okay. I don't know where I got Daniel from.
And I should have not had to look this up because it's legitly I'm pretty sure name dropped in Judas contract. And I just watched that like 2 nights ago. But yeah, so it's Joe Wilson who goes by Kane, and then we have that's his last name though, is it not?
No.
I thought it was Joe Kane.
Joe Kane? Are you joking about that one, David?
No. I honestly thought it was Joe Kane.
No. His last name is probably still Wilson. It was because every time he said Joe, he's like, that's not my name anymore.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. He was being a little whiny baby that his father wasn't there. I never knew my father. I never knew my father. I never complained about my father being when I was that old.
Oh, you can be like Kylo Ren and join the dark side. Do it.
Everyone joins the dark side if you don't know your father.
Yeah, they have cookies. That's the only reason I'm going.
What if they were chocolate chip cookies though?
Then all the world shall burn.
So yeah, like I do hope we get Slade coming back in this season, and I kind of hope we get more of his kids. But that's kind of it for the whole Slade storyline for now, because Slade's like, I'm off to go find my kids.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Green Arrow and that team and stuff like that. My favorite thing about this episode is the fact Dilgle finally came clean.
About the drugs?
About his drugs, the nerve damage, and he's like, he apologized, and everyone was like, cool with it. Well, they weren't cool with it, but
they understood.
They understood, and then Curtis over here like, I'm a little upset. Why didn't you come to me, the guy who helped Felicity walk?
Right.
Why did you come to me? I would have helped you. And
yeah, it begs the question like, again, just talk to your friends. Literally, just talk. Cause like, before you give me the mantle of Green Arrow, he literally all he could say before that. Let me tell you, I got some nerve damage. But Curtis, helped Felicity walk after being paralyzed. Maybe he can do something about my twitchy arm.
But I mean, at this point, Felicity and Oliver still don't know.
Yeah,
that he has nerve damage and everything.
Only the team knows. And again, Renee was very cool. I thought Renee was gonna be
I thought Renee was gonna hit him.
We actually got his name right. If you think about that. But
first time in the late night of David Jones' history, we got Renee. I forgot the last name.
Oh my god, you forgot the last name, Ramirez.
Renee Ramirez's first name correct.
Okay, well, we had a drop right there. I thought he was gonna go for the full name, but he dropped it. But again, he's like, yeah, I'm upset that you been doing drugs and crap like that, but you got me almost killed once, but the amount of times you've saved my life on the field and everything, that outweighs the times you got me killed.
almost got me killed. Yeah, so I was like, that's.
He realized he's like it was one mistake.
I honestly thought Renee was going to hit him first.
Yeah.
Like hit him, and then he's like, "You deserved it," but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
The amount of times you saved my life, yada yada. But if anything, if Renee didn't hit him, I expected Dinah to hit him. No one hit him.
Plot twist: it was Curtis. Like Curtis walks up. I am extremely upset. Backhand.
But yeah, he came clean finally. I didn't really care about this villain because it was kind of just Diggle. It was pretty much the closure of Diggle's drugs, which I'm cool with because I'm tired of that drug storyline. But I didn't care about this villain. I expected it to be the start of the main villain for Oliver. It's not.
But I think he's gonna make another appearance. Honestly.
Oh yeah, I if a villain doesn't die, he's going to come back at some point.
Die or go to jail. I'd say he definitely has some grudges against the Arrow now that he had to blow up his drug operation.
Yeah.
So he's definitely gonna come after them.
Did they break into Cord Industries again? Was that one of the places they broke into?
Oh, I would have to avoid. I didn't even remember it. It might have been.
Because I feel like every time there was a high tech facility breaking into, it's Cord Industries or Amertech. If it was Cord Industries, I want Blue Beetle. Well, how many times I have to keep saying that for y'all to know Blue Beetle is wanted on the show, or this universe, I should say. But other than that, it was an alright. It was a good episode. Like the Slade stuff definitely outweigh everything. The coming clean I thought was nice. So everything I enjoyed this episode. I probably give it a 9.
Yeah, I'll be right up there with you with that 9.
And again, thank you Slade Wilson for making this episode.
Just all we need is Slade.
Because if this episode was the entire thing of just facing Diggle's drug stuff, it would have been a lot lower. But
Slade makes everything better.
Slade and Joe.
Slade makes everything better. That's what Justice League. Slade coming in. Best part about that movie.
I do want to point out we did get confirmation. Joe saw Slade kill that
Chinese spy.
Chinese spy when they're on the camping trip.
Yeah.
And we know that's why he's going to Lee and Mew in the beginning of the series when he's on the island. Yeah. So that was nice getting that little tied up in a bow.
Yeah. And again, it kind of ties on why Joe is doing the things he did because he's just following his father's footsteps, being a cold-hearted killer.
Yeah. I hope he comes back. I kind of hope he comes back and is a threat towards the Arrow team, whether it be this season, next season, or whenever comes back.
Yes.
Because we have gotten future Deathstroke's kid back in Legend Season 1 when they went to Star City 2046 or whatever.
Right.
There was a Deathstroke kid there. I don't know if that was Joe or Grant. It might have been Grant.
Yeah, looks like a Grant. And then you also see, I remember you see John Diggle's kid.
Yeah, Connor Hawk. So I'm kind of hoping for that, but it makes me question how long we will have Diggle as a Green Arrow. So that's pretty much it for this episode of the Late Night with David Jones. We were discussing the Arrowverse episode 6. Thank you for listening. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to this page for more to come, and put down in the comments which show you thought was the best this week, and tell me what your favorite character of the Arrowverse this week was. Thank you for listening. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.